Legacy of Kain Defiance Remastered has been announced and will have updated HD visuals. I'm here to actually show you what that means with split screen comparisons between the original version and this so-called remastered game. Okay, let's dive straight in. And of course, I hope you appreciate the sheer amount of time this took. I worked all day on this, grabbing the original footage, but enough about my efforts. In front of you, you can see Kain. On the left, you have the original version that came out in 2003, I believe it was, PlayStation 2, Xbox era. And on the right, we have the remastered version. Now, I use this as the first screen of comparison because obviously, even before I told you the remasters to the right, you could probably tell by yourself looking, okay, Kain looks a lot more crackly, a lot more scary, and certainly gives the impression that a lot of effort has been put into this latest remaster. I think it looks good, it looks intimidating. I can't remember the game that well, but I recall it has a more serious tone, and at the very least, they have nailed that here. This looks serious, but let's go to the next screenshot, because I have heaps. Okay, so this next one is really interesting. Yes, this is just one of the guards you fight. To the left you have the original version, to the right you have the remastered. But those of you with a keen eye may notice that there's more than just the HD resolution jump here. We have different clothing designs, materials, and more. There's quite a big difference here, and this does represent something that I did notice while working on this video for you smexy ladies and gentlemen, and there's the fact that they've done more than simply improved the textures and resolution. Don't get me wrong, later on I will show you that there's plenty of times where they just, improve the texture and only by a slight bit. But when it comes to the actual character models, there is a lot of difference. The one to the right obviously looks a lot better, different colored helmet, the weapon, the greaves, the shoes, everything is different, and I think that's great to see that. And keep in mind as well that with the last Soul Reaver Remastered 1 and 2, that was a jump from PlayStation 1 graphics to PlayStation 2. Now we have a jump from PlayStation 2 graphics to PlayStation 2.5 at best. So a little bit less impressive, but it is there and awesome for fans. On to the next one. Now this screen, boys and girls, this really pops. Raziel to the left and to the right. The left version, the original, the right, the remastered, and my goodness, I promise you I did not add a blur filter to the original. That's just how it was, and looking to the right, everything is so crisp, so sharp, modeled differently, but the essence is kept exactly the same. The developers actually have the original source code, so they haven't recreated this game and tried to keep it faithful. They have the actual original game and updated everything on top of it, and the scarf, it looks great. It really pops. The in-game cutscenes are going to hit you so much harder this time around compared to originally. It really adds to the dark grittiness that they were going for with this third entry. On to the next one. Now what I like about this one is when you look to the left, you can tell that is some PlayStation 2 graphics. Like you can tell, no hate towards this guy, but he's just blocky enough and is just so obvious with the textures that yep, okay, I can believe this is a 2003, 2004 game. And to the right, you have the latest version. It's a bit harder to perv on the graphics here just because he's glowing and there's all these veins and all this red and it's a bit hard to see. But if you look at the eyes and the color of the eyes that they're glowing, they've done a really good job maintaining that. And frankly, I think the actual feel of this character, I think they did an excellent job upgrading him significantly. You wouldn't think that the left picture is a PlayStation 2 game and the right is a PlayStation 2.5, but that's what we have. That's what we have. Maybe I'm not giving these character models enough of credit. Maybe the guy on the right is more of a PlayStation 3 graphics. You let me know down below in the comments section. Are we so far hovering in the land of PlayStation 2.5 graphics, or do you think that some of these character models have officially reached PlayStation 3 quality? Let me know. Now this is a great example of showing that, as I said, when it comes to the character models, they've done a lot more than just texture work. When you look to the left, the original version, it's just textures, really. There's very little going on there. But when you look to the right, of course there's textures and better quality and so forth, but you see actual extra geometry, the skull, the helmet, the bones, whatever it is that's on the outside. There's extra work and extra freakiness that's gone into this. Fantastic, right? Let's continue, no need to dilly-dally. Okay, this one's a little bit harder to tell, but bear with me. I just want to point it out, then I promise we'll move quickly. We are looking at the bottom texture. To the left you have the original, to the right you have the remastered, and yes, it's just a texture improvement. Most likely they've used AI because AI is actually part of the description on the Steam page, that some AI has been used, which when used smartly, I'm not against it, to be honest. And if AI has simply grabbed that left texture and just brought it enough to life that you can simply tell what it is, I think that's good usage, because that's all you want. You don't want these textures that are flat to significantly change. You just want to be able to tell, what am I looking at? When you look to the left, you can sort of tell there's a person. You think that's a head, you're not too sure. You look to the right, oh, I can tell. So that's good use of texture work. Now, my boy Raziel is back. Left the original, right the remastered, and wow, just wow how different this looks. It really pops. It even scares me a little bit. I'll be honest, the fact that the graphics were a little bit weaker on the left makes it a little bit more cartoony, a little bit more inviting. When I look to the right, that's terrifying. that's a little terrifying. I'm not bagging it. It hits you. It's like the left is a slap to the face and the right is a punch to the face. let's move on. It really stands out, doesn't it? It really stands out. Now, I'm glad I was able to grab this particular comparison because, as you can see here, they've actually taken the levity to... Is that the right word, levity? Anyway, they've given themselves permission to do some further changes, because you can see the scarf to the right, which is obviously the remastered version. It's a lot longer. It's different, and I wonder why that is the case, because when you look on the left, the original one, it sits a lot higher. It's just covering his chest. Whereas the one to the right, it's a choice. It's a choice. That's all I wanted to point out from this particular screenshot. On to the next. There's always more. Don't miss out. Please watch this to the end. Okay, I'm quite proud of this screenshot because something very unexpected happened. Yeah, sure, we know that character models, 3D models themselves have actually changed, apart from, textures being high resolutioned up with a bit of AI or what have you. But what I also noticed is you're seeing two different weapons, but this is from the same enemy, from the same screen. So funnily enough, on the left, that's the original weapon, and then the remastered version of the same guard in the same location, supposedly holding the same weapon. As you can see, that's clearly not the case. It's a very different weapon, and I do wonder why they did that. Yes, I know this one. Okay, so I need to ask you something, right? Tell me, this is Sub-Zero, right? Surely I'm not the only one that sees that they've decided to make Raziel look like Sub-Zero, and that is not a complaint. Sub-Zero is my favorite Mortal Kombat character. Soul Reaver I think is really cool. Combining the two, I am not going to complain. These are pre-order bonuses, by the way, so if you pre-order the game, you will get both of these. And no, that was not something that was in the original. You haven't forgotten. They've just added completely new skins, and I think that's awesome. Including this badass. Come on, I can't be the only one who just looked at this and I'm like, that looks sick. That looks really cool, and it feels awesome as well to know that that didn't exist before. That isn't an improved version of something that was already there. This was built from the ground up specifically for this game's release. And also the character model of Kain. We have the original to the left, we have the new one to the right. There's a number of things that pop out. Firstly, for some reason, I don't know, he's really white. I don't know why he's so white, but I've seen other screenshots where he doesn't look so right, so I think it's just the footage there. But there is a number of changes. His pants have changed a little bit. His shin guards, whatever you call them, they're completely different. The greaves, I want to say, gauntlets, I think that's how you pronounce it. The things on his arms, right? They're completely different pattern. I hope you enjoyed my efforts today. Please hit like, please comment, and if you enjoy retro content that really focuses on remasters and remakes and you love these sort of comparisons, absolutely subscribe and hit the bell notification. That being said, God bless you all, take care, and I'll see you all next time. Alright, bye bye.